Vehicle Spec family, welcome back to another video. Today we have a 2026 Honda Odyssey Elite, so fully loaded in modern steel metallic with a new gray interior. Now the Elite model is the highest level you can get in the Odyssey lineup. Below this you have the Touring, you have the Sport L, and you have the EXL. EXL is a new base model because LX has been discontinued a few years ago, and now EX has been discontinued as well. So now you cannot get a cloth option on the Odyssey. Starting off with the front fascia here, just like 2025, the 26s have the new updated front bumper. You're also going to see in the rear an updated rear bumper. You have the more upgraded grille. It is blacked out on this eyebrow portion right here, which is usually chrome, will be now black, which is standard. You have your reflector LED headlamps, so LED high beam, low beam, and daytime running lights. On the lower portion, you do have a standard turn signals, not LED, and LED fog lights. Flat black on the lower portion of the bumper. You have your sensors built into the bumper. You have your mail slot vent there as well, and it does have active grille shutting, so it can either open or close to either cool down the Odyssey or get you better MPGs. We have a huge Honda emblem right in the middle of the grille, where you also house your radar for your Honda sensing safety features. Modern steel metallic has been in Honda's lineup for a while. Some vehicles used to have this gray, it's been replaced with other grays, but you can still get modern steel metallic on the Odysseys. Now going up to the Elite from the Touring, you do get these 19 machine finish wheels, and they're wrapped around 235/55 Bridgestone tires. Now this Odyssey does have a protection package on there, so you can see wheel locks, splash guards, and I believe a cargo tray in the trunk. The side mirrors is body colored, LED turn signals integrated into the side mirror. It is more of a gloss black instead of a flat black on the lower portion of the mirror. You do have gloss black going around the top of the window. You have chrome on the lower portion, and the chrome wraps around the whole Odyssey. You have the floating roof design where this glass kind of wraps around right there. Pillars are gloss black. Door handles are body colored. You have some body lines to break up some of the roundness as well. You have your kind of a side skirt rocker panel on the lower portion there. Now, when you buy an Odyssey, it can come with a PPO package from Honda. So there are certain accessories Honda will install on your Odyssey and add it to the MSRP, but you actually save money, because if you wanted to add certain accessories to your Odyssey after you bought it from your dealership, then you have to pay either markup or labor installation. You save some money going with a PPO package. So this one has the roof rails and crossbars option. Let's take a look at the rear of the 26 Honda Odyssey Elite. You have a shark fin style antenna. Up above, it is body colored. Your window spoiler is also half body colored, half gloss black. You do have your LED dirt brake light, exposed rear windshield wiper. You do have the chrome piece that kind of wraps around the whole body. Combination tail lights, so you have standard bulbs on the turn signals, brake lights, and the reverse lights, but your standard tail lights or your running lights, I believe, are LED, and your license plate lights as well. You have your Honda emblem here in chrome, and you have this portion here that used to be chrome, now it's black, starting 2025. Also in 2025, Honda smoked out the taillights, so they're a little bit more darker than 24 and beyond. 26 followed that same design cue. You do have the updated rear bumper that's changed in 25. 26 gets the same thing. I believe these are NSX reflectors, or supposed to be styled like the NSX, which is nice. Sensors in the bumper, and the bumper does give you a more aggressive look compared to 24. Now you don't have any exhaust tips at all, and you can see it's going to be a single exhaust tip, no dual exhaust. Honda like to save that for their turbo models, but there's only one powertrain on the Odyssey, but we'll get to that in a second. Before we jump into the Odyssey, let's take a look at the key fob. And if you're familiar with Honda, this is the latest key they've been using on most of their models. You have lock, you have unlock, you have power sliding doors, so you can open and close. You do have remote start. So with remote start, you will lock the Odyssey and hold a circle, and you keep holding it until you see one flash. Then you let go, and it will turn on, and then it will flash at you 6 times to let you know it's running. It'll also stay on for about 10 minutes, and your interior will automatically go up to 72 degrees. Because it's the Elite, it will turn on the cooling seats if it's hot outside, and it will turn on the heated seats if it's cold outside, and it will turn on the heated steering wheel and defrost your windows for you as well. If you no longer need the remote start feature, hold the circle, turns off, flash once time. You do have a power tailgate, so you can push this down to open and close, and you do have a panic button on the fob, and you do have a button on here to remove the emergency key blade that's in the fob, because on the door there is a keyhole only on the driver door. Now you do have smart entry standard on the Odyssey, and that's on all 4 door handles and also on the tailgate. So you have a button here that will lock everything, and if you put your hand in the door handle, it'll unlock. Now by default, it'll only unlock the driver door. If you put your hand in the sliding doors first, it will unlock all the doors, or the passenger door first, it'll unlock all the doors. And you can walk up to the tailgate and only unlock the tailgate with a key on proximity as well. Now when you lock and unlock it, it does not automatically fold the mirrors like the new Pilot and new Passport. This is still the previous generation on the Odyssey that came out in, I think, 2018. So I'm sure once they redesign this generation, you would get the automatic power folding mirrors as well. So I mentioned this has the gray interior, and Honda has switched up their gray interior for the Odyssey, especially on, I think, only Touring and Elite get the two-tone. So you can see is like a darker gray on the outside and some more lighter gray in the middle. Before we jump in, let's take a look at the door card. So you have soft touch up here. You have a gloss black, piano black finish there. This is hard touch. This is soft, where you rest your elbow, soft, single stitch as well. They have the protective film on here. Auto up down for all 4 windows, power locks, power mirrors. Here's the button you use to either fold in the mirrors or fold them back out. You do get 2 position memory seats only on the driver door. That's on the back of the key. One said driver 1 and the other one said driver 2, because you have key linkage where your seat position, your mirrors, and some of your settings will save to your key, which is nice. So this one is driver 2. You have storage underneath, more storage or a bottle holder, smaller storage there, more storage down there, and more bottle holder storage there. So you have plenty of storage in the doors themselves. Because the LX and the EX models are discontinued and EXL is the new base model, every Odyssey will come standard with a 12-way power adjustment driver seating. So you have 4-way lumbar, you have forward and back, you have a forward and back for the whole seat, you have up and down, and you can tilt this portion right here up and down. On the passenger side, you get an 8-way power adjustment. So you have forward and back. You can adjust the seat forward and back, and you also get a 4-way lumbar. There's no up and down option available for the passenger side. Let's jump into the 26 Elite Odyssey. Usually I'll complain about how hot it's outside, but since it's fall weather now, it's actually beautiful outside. So let's go in and close the door. I'm not sweating and cooking as usual. Foot on brakes. It is push button start, push the button, and the Odyssey will not whirl to life, but it'll hear the engine kick on and turn on for you. The first thing to notice is the leather wrap steering wheel here. Going up to the Elite model, it is heated standard. On the left side of the steering wheel, you have next track, you have previous, you got volume, you got home, you got a scroll wheel to control the left side of the cluster, because the left side is digital, the right side is analog. And you do not have the full digital cluster like you do on the Passport, the Accord, the Pilot, some of the higher CRVs, the Touring Civic. Like I said, the current Odyssey is still based off of an older generation. So once they redesign and put the Odyssey on a brand new chassis, I'm sure it'll get the full digital cluster like all the other Hondas. You do have voice command. On the right side, we have cruise, you have cancel, you have resume set, your heated steering wheel option there, your adaptive cruise control distance here, and lane keeping assist on and off. Behind the steering wheel, you have a plus and minus, because you have paddle shifters to control the 10-speed automatic transmission. The Odyssey only comes in one powertrain for 2026, and that's a 3.5 V6. We'll look at that in a second. It's matched to the 10-speed. On the left side here, you do have your light switch. So you have off, you have auto, parking, and on. Auto high beam assist is standard on the Elite. I think that's standard on every Odyssey, actually. You do have your fog light switch on and off. On the right side, you do have your wiper switch. So you have off, auto rain sensing windshield wipers. That's something you get on the Elite over the Touring, low and high. And you have off and intermediate on for the rear wiper and the rear. On the left side of the steering wheel, this gives you an idea that is based off of the previous generation. You still have button controls over here. I know most of the Hondas got rid of having controls here and put everything in the display with the full digital display, but since this has the older system, it still has buttons on the side. So you have open and close for your sliding doors. You can cut the power to the sliding doors, power tailgate, parking sensors on and off, and traction control on and off, blank buttons here. This is an Elite, so I'm sure in a different country there's some additional features you get that you don't get here in the States. Your electronic parking brake is back here, so this emergency brake, and you also have a brake hold feature. I'll get down here and show you guys. Brake hold feature, which comes in handy because no more of that mechanical foot brake like you still have on the Ridgeline, but you do have rubber gas and brake and dead pedal, no sport pedals or anything like that. You have a lever to pop the hood. Now the Odyssey comes standard with a manual adjustment on the steering wheel on every level, even this fully loaded Elite. So you go up and down, or you can go in and out, put it how you want, put the tab back. Now taking a look at your infotainment display here, every Odyssey comes standard with a 9-inch touchscreen display. I know nowadays everything have these huge screens. They're like 12 inches, 14 inches, 15, 16, kind of crazy, 24, 30, but you have a 9-inch on the Odyssey. So if you're someone that prefers the traditional, not a huge display, but physical buttons, you're gonna love the Odyssey's UI. Now, it's not Honda's current Honda Link system. It's actually the previous one, but it's still fast, it still works. You have a physical home button, back key, volume knob, power switch, next track, and previous. And I know the glare just has like the protective film on there from Transport when it's brand new. I'm trying to angle it so you guys can see. So you have all apps, you have navigation, you have phone, you have FM, you have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and it's wireless on the Odyssey, which started, I think, in 25. It took forever to get this thing to have wireless. You have Sirius XM still, which is nice because most of the newer Hondas and Acuras, XM is going away. You do have the rear entertainment system standard in the Elite, so you have your option there, and everything's color coordinated to let you know what type of option it is. You can actually hold and customize all your apps as well, so you can drag them around, put them where you want. You have shortcuts at the bottom where you can drag down anything as well. On the second page here, you have your general settings, vehicle settings, Bluetooth, trip computer, you have USB, AM, system updates, and Wi-Fi hotspot built into the Odyssey. I think AT&T will give you a free trial for like a month or a gig or something like that if you want to sign up with them. Now, if we go to vehicle settings, you can turn on different settings, see how it's set to a key. I just wish that Honda have it where I can switch to driver one without turning on the car with the driver one key, so I can grab the key first. But you do have door window set up here, and I want to show you have a walkway auto lock feature. So if you turn that on, it is off from factory. Your Odyssey will lock automatically when you walk away with the key while the vehicle is off. It's a cool feature if you forget to lock your car all the time. Let's go back to that second page. Actually, let's go to the third page. You have clock, you have Honda Link, and with Honda Link, you can download a Honda Link app and remote start from your phone, lock it from your phone, and get different information from your Odyssey to your phone. It is subscription based, but I think Honda gives you a 3-year free trial of it. So you have remote start on a key fob, that's standard, and you also have it on your phone. That's a subscription base, which is nice because a lot of brands out there don't give you both options. They either have to pay for a subscription or that's it. You have smart shortcuts, display mode. You have cabin watch, which starts on the touring. And here you can view the second and third row. You can even pinch to zoom, which is nice. You can see if your kids eating their boogers or not. See at night as well. You don't have to turn on the lights to see what's going on. And paired with the cabin watch, you have cabin talk. So if your kiddos have their headphones on and they're watching their entertainment system, you can turn on the microphone and speak through their headphones, or you can speak throughout the second and third row speakers. So I don't know if you guys are going to be able to hear through here, but if I'm talking, you probably can hear the echo. I can scream at the kids like, you say, hey, we are not going to Burger King, sit down, or something like that. And it's cool because if they're watching a movie, you don't have to scream over their headphones. It'll pause the audio and play through their headphones. And you don't have to turn your head either. You can just look straight and scream at your kids without really, technically you don't have to scream at your kids now because you have the intercom here, which is cool. You can just gently raise your voice and tell them no McDonald's, no Burger King. And then there's the cabin talk feature there. So this UI is really easy to use. If you're familiar with Honda, you're gonna be really familiar with this. Like I said, you can drag and drop all your apps. Let's look at all the audio sources. So you have FM, AM, USB, smartphones, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You have Bluetooth, rear entertainment system, and Sirius XM. And actually, let's jump into rear entertainment system. So when you fold down the screen back there in the second row, you can watch different things on the display, and it comes with an HDMI port as well, as it's telling you right here, or even a streaming stick. So you can plug in like a Fire Stick or Amazon stick, or all the different sticks you can, or gaming system, even your smartphone, and it'll show on the display, which is cool. And it's kind of give you a brief I guess, way how to use everything. I'll show you all the connections and everything, and you do have the built-in Wi-Fi you can turn on. It's even give you a QR code to scan with how-tos. It's actually cool. I don't think I've ever noticed that on the tutorial. But that's it for the rear entertainment system. Below your touchscreen display, you do have your climate control. Now, Honda has redesigned the layout here for the climate control in 25, where they fit more buttons on here, so there's less features you need to go to the screen to change, and most of it was the rear entertainment rear climate control options. So for example, you have a dedicated rear settings button here. You have a dedicated on and off for the rear back here, or on the side. You can lock the rear climate control. You do have heated side mirrors and heated back glass. Also on the Elite, the side mirrors are auto dimming as well. So not only they fold, I think I mentioned that, they will dim for you automatically if someone have their high beams on, which is a cool feature. You have your front defrost, you have your air circulation, fan speed, modes, AC on and off. You have sync, so you can control all 3 zones. When sync is on, you have auto and on and off. Here's the driver's toggle, and then here's the passenger's toggle, and then you have the rear in there. So tri-zone, you can set up exactly how you want. It is a push button selector for the transmission, so it frees up some space down here or having it on the column. You do have heated 3-level heated seats on the Elite, but you also get 3 levels ventilating seats on the Elite too. So that's something you don't get on the Touring. That's one reason why you want to upgrade to the Elite. Same thing for the passenger side. You do have ambient lighting, so you can see it on a little bit. And I'll put up a video here. It will show you cup holders and your footwell as well too. You can't change the colors, but it's better than having nothing. Now, you do have your engine idle stop defeat button there. You do have a snow mode because the Odyssey only comes in front wheel drive. There is no all-wheel drive option, but with snow mode, if you're stuck somewhere, it'll automatically gain the traction for you without you have to do it yourself. And you have Econ Assist as well to kind of maximize gas mileage. If you notice on the shifter, reverse is a different orientation than park, neutral, and drive. Also, if you hit drive again, it'll put the transmission into an S mode. I'm gonna hold the brakes and push down. So just in case you're doing this without looking, Honda wanna make sure you don't hit the wrong button. You go into reverse. You do get Honda's multi-angle backup camera. So there's a wide angle, you have standard view, you have a top-down view, you have cross-traffic on and off, and then you can actually make it smaller and show a radar around your Odyssey and adjust the brightness. With cross-traffic, if someone's coming from the left or the right as you're backing up, the Odyssey will alert you that someone's coming from this way or someone's coming from that way. You do have guidelines, and if you turn the wheel, it'll show you where you end up as well too. Notice they change colors, but then you know you're not straight, which is a nice feature. Go ahead and put that guy back in the park. So below your shifter, you do have a hidden coin kind of storage here. It's actually a decent size, which is nice. You do have a USB-A for Apple CarPlay, Android Auto wired and charging. USB-C is only for charging, and you do have an AC 115 volt outlet, which is nice as well. 150 watts maximum, closed lid when not in use. And you also get a power outlet here. You have a big storage down here, and you also have additional storage in here. You can store all types of goodies in here if you want to. Take out that divider. And one thing about the Odyssey, like I said, it's very spacious versus the Pilot. If you have a family, this is definitely the way to go if you want to maximize cargo space and maximize just people space in general. You do have your cup holders here, updated wireless phone charging pad. So the center console has been changed, I think, since 24, starting 25, where they made the lid shorter, but they made the wireless phone charging pad bigger, and this guy is more deeper. So if I open this guy up, you will notice you have an HDMI port right there. Let me see if I can zoom in for you guys. HDMI port and a USB-A port. And if I pick this guy up, you also have a tray here where it goes down one more level. So if you had an Apple TV, or if you had a, like I said, Fire Stick, or any type of streaming device that requires an HDMI and a USB plug-in, or if it's an outlet, you just plug that guy into there, and USB plug-in in there, HDMI plug-in in there. And now you can have Apple TV in your Odyssey, and you can have it standard on road trips and stuff like that, which is cool. Upgrade that Honda did for the Odyssey. Close that guy up. You do have a lockable glove box, and let's see if it's damp. Oh, it is damp, not lined with felt, but it's been styled. You can fit all types of goodies in there. I do like this kind of, like, it almost looks like gray wood, but it's not. It's like a unique design on the dash. It's kind of cool. And you have more of that piano black going around, air vent over there. Now above your touchscreen display, you do have home link built in, and it is a auto dimming rear view mirror as well. I know Honda has been getting rid of home link in certain vehicles. You still have it in your Odyssey. Now your lighting is not LED like most of the Hondas, but you still have a light, which is nice. You do have a sunglass holder, and it's lined so it won't scratch up your sunglasses. And put it halfway, it's a conversation screen. That's what Honda calls it. So instead of you turning your head screaming at your kids, you could turn on cabin talk, tell them we're not going to Burger King, look up and look at their face as they're sad. I'm just playing. But yeah, you don't have to turn your head. You could just kind of view everything back there, which is nice. Now you do have a moonroof, and you open that guy with this guy, go all the way back. It's a one touch to open. It'll open the lid for you too. And if you push it straight up, it will ventilate as well. And then forward will close it, and you will have to manually close back the lid. Now on the Elite, it is a grayish beige-ish headliner. I think the Sport L is the only one that gets a black headliner. Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm shooting a blank right now, but I know you have this grayish headliner here on the Elite. You do have your visors with no LED lights, but they're standard bulbs for the driver and passenger. Now going up to the Elite 2, you do get an updated sound system. It's a 500-watt premium system. It comes with 11 speakers, including the subwoofer. So if you want the nicest sound, you want to go up to the Elite. It's not Bose or B&O like in the Acura products, but you do get a more premium sound in here. Also, the Elite will give you a acoustic windshield, a acoustic driver and passenger glass, and acoustic sliding doors. So that helps them have a more quieter interior versus the Touring or EXL or Sport L as well. And if you're curious where the blind spot monitoring system is, it's actually on the inside door here, where it will light up someone's in your blind spot. It's not on the side mirrors. Before we jump to the second row, I forgot to mention the armrest. So it is adjustable. So you have different levels, and it just locks into place until, so you won't go down until you go all the way up and start all over again. The passenger, is it the same for the passenger? It is the same. Oh no, the passenger has one level and that's it. And then down. So yeah, so the passenger has one level, the driver has multiple levels, which is cool. So let's jump out of here. Let's take a look at the second row. Of course, power sliding doors is standard on the Elite. That's actually standard on every model. Since Honda got rid of the LX, no more manual doors. Now you do have Honda's magic second row seating here. And I like how the second row mimics the driver and passenger. So you have the contrast stitching and piping. You have the perforation in the middle, and you have the two-tone gray as well. The seatbelt is built in on the seats itself, which is a nice touch. You do have armrests on these guys too, and they're not adjustable. They're not adjustable like the driver, but you do have armrests, which is nice because this middle seat is removable. In a lot of cars, especially like in the Pilot, if you remove that middle seat, you no longer have armrests because you can fold the seat down for the armrest for the outer seats. These seats have their dedicated armrests, so you don't have to worry about it. These are true captain chairs, pretty much. Now, they do slide side to side. So let's say you remove that middle seat, you grab the handle here, and you can pull and either move the seat towards the middle, or you can have both seats close to each other on one side. Plenty of different customization you can do for the second row, which is nice. Let's jump into the second row here. And oh, I forgot to mention too, your tethers, they're exposed, so you don't have to dig for them if you're parents with a booster seat or a child seat. And you also have it for the middle seat too. They're under these plastic, which is nice. You can see tethers are exposed there. Let's go ahead and close the door. Now I can either push this button to close the door, or I can pull the handle to close the door, or I can use that to close the door. I can use the key fob to close the door, the handle on the outside to close the door. There's many different ways to close the sliding door. Now, I do have a mat pocket behind the driver and a second one down below behind the driver. Same thing on the passenger side, but it does have a smartphone pocket too. This pocket and a pocket up here, so your kids can hide all their goodies back here. Additional cup holders back here. 2 USB-C ports. You don't have any HDMI or plugins because the HDMI is all in there, and then the plugins is up front. Now you do have your climate control for the rear, auto mode, on and off, fan speed, and temperature. Now in 2025, Honda upgraded their rear entertainment system in the Touring and the Elite. So now you have a bigger 12.8-inch high resolution display. And when you plug in your Apple TV or any of your streaming devices into the HDMI port there, it'll play up here. Also with the rear entertainment system, now you can pair headphones and even AirPods directly to the Odyssey. Honda used to provide you with headphones, but now they want you just to use your Bluetooth headphones. You can use to connect to this system here, which is nice. Here's the camera back here. That's how you use the Acura watch to spy on your second and third row passengers. You pull this lever here to drop this middle seat here, and it'll turn into an armrest, additional cup holders and storage. And then you pull the lever down here to release the lock to remove it and take it out. For the second row, the door card here is all downgraded to hard touch, which makes sense. The kids don't need no leather back here. Forget them kids, man. Just plain. Bottle holder here. You do have more storage here. The kids can hide their toys, and a little smaller storage right there as well. You do have peasant blockers built in, so your kids could, you know, stick their tongue at people and they can't see them. It's mostly for the sun. And one thing I love is from factory, the Odyssey is privacy with tint. The driver and passenger, they're tinted technically, they're just not privacy, so they're not dark. Same thing with the windshield. We're gonna jump out of here. These sliding doors are very convenient, and the step in and out is so convenient too. You gotta check one out. That's why minivans are just the best thing to grab. They're very practical. You do have the lever here to fold the seat forward to get to the third row. You do have this one that will fold it almost fully flat, which is really nice because I think when this came out in the 1819, the seat stopped, like you fold like right up here. It didn't come down as flat. Also, this lever is to remove it. I think I mentioned that too. Hit this lever, let's get to the third row. Like I said, you can either remove that middle seat, that way you walk around, or you have plenty of space to kind of step in and get back there. Get into the third row for you guys. And the third row is also the two-tone gray. It's just not perforated and no piping like the second and first row. So you close the door and move this guy back. I'm 5'10". This is one reason why you will buy one of these over a Pilot. I'm 5'10", and this seat can come back more. And what space I have back here. I even have a mat pocket back here for the third passengers, which are nice. Same thing on this side as well. They have their storage there. And they do have this little lever right here they can pull to fold forward the seat and get out. Now back here, you do have a headphone jack. So if these two got AirPods and you feel like you're missing out, you don't have AirPods, you can plug in your old school JVC gummies. I don't know if you guys remember those. And listening to what they listen to on the display up there. You have volume. You do get a USB-C port back here, which is nice. Air vent. And you have cup holders, additional storage, and peasant blockers for the third row. Look at that. That's cool. It is hard touch back here, of course. Nothing is soft, which makes sense. And on this side too, you have two USB-C ports. So if you're sitting here, you better have AirPods because you cannot plug in your gummies on this side. Peasant blockers, air vents, and cup holders with storage as well. These rear seats are reclined, so you can see they're kind of laid back. And these headrests do come up. That way it's not in your back because you can't just lay back on this thing. It's going to be uncomfortable. But if you're driving by yourself and you want to be able to see more out the back window, you drop these guys down. It seats 3 back here, by the way. And you can put a car seat back here. You have the 2 tethers. And another car seat on this side. You see the 2 tethers, none in the middle. So you can have 5 car seats in an Odyssey. Can't do that on a Pilot. So this is one reason why you want to jump into one of these. So let me pull the cord and move forward, get myself out of here. Let's take a look at the cargo space of the Odyssey. Another reason why you want to upgrade to the Elite, you have a hands-free tailgate. So you can kick underneath the bumper. It will open the tailgate. You can also kick to close the tailgate. So with the power tailgate, you can adjust how high you want the tailgate to open, which are nice. And this is another reason why you should get an Odyssey over a Pilot. With the third row up, look how much space you got. You can't do this in a Pilot. You cannot do this in a Pilot. A Pilot, I love you, but you do not have this type of practicality like the minivan. I mentioned earlier, this Odyssey has their protection package. So you can see the cargo tray from factory. It'll just come with the carpet. Plenty of room back here. I don't know how much I can say. You have a storage over here, storage over there. You have storage on this side. You have a power outlet back here. I believe it's probably a subwoofer for that premium sound system. You have a funnel because it's a capless fuel filler as well. Stick that back in there. And you do have the magic third row seats where they fold flat into the third row. So if you have one baby in your hand and you want to drop this down for storage, you pull this, drop down, and look at that. Look how easy that is. Goes right in there. Same thing on this side. Now, if you remove the headrest and actually drop it like halfway like this, you can turn this guy into a seat as well. So both sides could be a seat. Like I said, just remove the headrest and you can tailgate back here, which is a nice feature. Or you can drop it down in fully, which actually, let me put that back into place and show you guys what it'll look with. What storage you got back here? Look at that. You can put all types of goodies back here. So Odysseys are very practical. Some people don't even buy these for a family. Some people just buy this as an everyday car. They can put their bike back here, the drum set, your real estate agent, you can put your signs, all types of things you can put back here. Now, I'm gonna lift these guys back up. It is a manual seat. And the beauty of manual seats is you're not sitting here, pushing the power button and waiting for the seat to just fold slowly, fold back. You just do it yourself. You do have grocery hooks back here too, which are nice on both sides. And you do have the multicolored floor mats. So Honda switched to these colored ones because they look less dirty over time. So you see how it's like brown and black and the different colors? So you have this where it looks a little bit more better. It wears a little bit better. You can still add all season floor mats to your Odyssey, but the Sport L will get you black floor mats. Let's shut the engine off and take a look at what's powering your Odyssey. Pop the hood there. Now, one thing anyone should be familiar with is just powertrain. The Odyssey has been using a 3.5 V6 for a long time. Like the CRV, I'm shocked they don't give you a hood strut. Still get a prop rod. But here's where the magic happens. So this is a 3.5 liter V6 engine, making about 280 horsepower, 262 foot-pound of torque. Front-wheel drive only is available in the Odyssey. There's no all-wheel drive. There's no hybrid. There's no other powertrain. I did hear Honda is working on a hybrid powertrain, and they're probably going to slap that in the Odyssey, the Ridgeline, the Pilot. Kind of far away from that right now, but that may be coming soon. But right now, if you're buying the 26, at the time I'm recording, this is the only power. One thing I did realize is I forgot to show you guys the digital cluster, all the options on there. I've went over that with many Hondas. It's the same thing. You can go through different settings. You can view what you want on the list. Look at my other Odyssey videos. I went over that, guys. So let's jump in. We're going to build us an Odyssey. I really just want to show off the exterior colors that's available for 2026. You can see all four models right here. We're jumping right into the Elite, and we're going to jump right into the exterior color. So crystal black pearl only comes in black leather interior. You do have modern steel metallic, which we just went over. You have the option between black or the gray, which is a two-tone. You do have smoke blue pearl, which was new for 2025, and that only comes with the gray two-tone interior. You have solar silver metallic, which replaced lunar silver metallic. It's a different shade of silver. Most people probably won't even know the difference, but you have the option between gray or the black interior. Now, touching platinum white pearl, you do pay a premium charge for the paint, and you have black or brown interior, and the brown is also a two-tone as well, which is very interesting. I don't think I've seen one of these in person yet. Maybe I could get a Touring. Does a Touring even come with the two-tone? I just checked. The two-tone is only available on the Elite. The Touring will be full brown if you get a brown interior. You have Radiant Red Metallic 2, also a premium charge, which only comes with the two-tone gray. And of course, the popular Sonic Gray Pearl, which only comes in black interior. So we're going to go ahead and choose our modern steel metallic with our gray interior. Let's take a look at the wheel options. There are no wheel options. You get one wheel option, and that's pretty much it. Now, packages. These are the 3 PPO packaging you can get on your Odyssey. So when you buy one, the MSRP can vary because an Odyssey can come from the factory with one of these options, 2 of these options, or all 3. In this case, this one had the utility package, which gives you the crossbars and the roof rails. You also have a function package, which gives you the all-season floor mats, cargo net, and the first aid kit, and a utility plus, which give you crossbars, roof rails, and a trailer hitch. We're going to go ahead and choose that guy. Now, you do have, I'm jumping the gun. You do have some accessories you can add from your dealership, which is the all-season protection package 1, 2, and just a standard protection package. Now, the pricing here will vary because it's based on your dealership's if there's any markup or what they charge for labor, installation, shipping, all that good stuff. Let's go back to the PPO package. So the pricing on these will be the same because Honda installed these from the factory, so there's no like labor or installation, none of that charge. It's just this one price, and that's pretty much it. So if you want to save some money on accessories, you can have your dealership order one of these, or I guess get an allocation with one of these with the package on there. But when you're shopping Odysseys and you're looking at 4 different elites and all 4 of them have the different MSRPs, that's because they probably have these packages on here and not including if the dealership add any additional accessories as well. So let's look at your additional accessories. We're gonna start off with exterior. So you can, oh, did I remove, let's put this guy back on. There we go. So you can see that guy. So if you buy one with the roof rail and the crossbars, all you have to add is the attachment and you're good to go. But all of the other models won't come with roof rails or crossbars. You have to add that as an option if you don't have that PPO package. You have a bike attachment with the fork mount. You have the frame mount. You have body side molding. You have crossbars, door edge film, guards. You have the door handle film. You can get this door trim chrome on this lower portion down there. I love door visors, one of my favorite accessories. You can get a fender emblem that says Odyssey right there. You can black out the Elite emblem in the rear, black out the Odyssey. You can add a hood air deflector, which is a very old school accessory to me. I don't see too many people adding this anymore. You have the kayak attachment, logo pattern projector on the floor, which is nice. Moonroof visor. This is another old school accessory. I don't see this too much anymore. Rear bumper protector in chrome, which is nice. You have roof basket. You have the mid-size box, short box, roof rails. A lot of accessories you can add to your Odyssey. You have your ski and snowboard attachment, splash guard set. You have the paddleboard, surfboard. You can even add a tent. I think this seats up to, not seats, but it can fit up to 6 people. It sleeps up to 6 people. There we go. So a nice size tent, which is nice. You can add a hitch if you want to, and you can add a 1/7/8 ball, a 2-inch ball, an actual trailer hitch. You have the hitch lock and pin, welcome lights underneath the doors, valve stems, and wheel locks in chrome. Let's jump right into the interior. So you have the all-season floor mats. That's optional. You can add that guy into your Odyssey. Cargo bins. So let's say you don't fold the floor. Oh, it won't show you in the picture. Oh, there we go. Let's say you don't fold the seats in at all. You can always have a storage piece down there, which is nice. Maybe you always have a full house. I didn't mean to add that guy. You have the cargo net. You have the cargo tray. I don't know why they have to throw deep in there. You have a folding cargo tray, which this one don't really make sense to me unless you really are not going to use the third row. This goes on top of the third row and protects your carpet. If you're usually going to use the Odyssey, I guess it makes sense if you're using the Odyssey for the space and not for the third row seat. And it folds out the way, which is nice. First aid kit. You have illuminated door sill trim. You have seat covers for the second row and the third row, and a utility bin. And where do you put this thing in? Oh, it sits right between the plugins and your cup holders, which is nice. You can have a little trash bin if you want to. Now, looking at electronics, the only option is a engine block heater. Let's take a look at the pricing. So the base price is $51,695 for an Elite. Now, modern steel metallic, you do not pay a premium charge, but because this one has a PPO package on there, it is $595. Destination handling is $1495. This MSRP is looking at $53,785. And actually, the one I showed is going to be a little bit more because it also has the protection package too that I forgot to add on here. But if you buy one with no PPO packages, no additional packaging from the dealership, you're still right at $53 for an Elite Odyssey. Drop a comment below. Tell me what you think about the Odyssey. Would you get one? Would you rather wait for the redesign? I don't know if the redesign will be in 2027, but it's long due. Like I said, this Odyssey has been out since 18, but Honda has refreshed it many times. I think it's a good option for 2026, especially if you're looking for a family minivan right now and you don't want to wait for 27, save your money, because I'm sure once they redesign this thing, it's going to be more expensive anyways. I'm not sure if they're going to add a hybrid powertrain. Maybe they will. Maybe they will do hybrid only. Maybe they'll do hybrid for the top levels. The lower levels is the 3.5 V6. We're going to have to wait and see. Thank you for watching. Let's talk about the Odyssey. I'll catch you in the next walk around.